Hey nerds, us here at Rogue Nerds love everything nerdy, especially board games and movies. In honor of the new Dune movie coming out, I decided to put together an epic board to amp up our Dune board game session. I start off by grabbing a square piece of plywood out of the trash. It was perfectly good except for the hole in the back, so I glued in a bunch of popsicle sticks. That's basically all plywood is anyways, right? Then I printed off a huge version of the game board and taped it all together. Apparently I don't know how to print banners though, because there was a thumb-sized gap in the middle. After I fixed the first of many unforced errors, I outlined the individual territories on foam. You can see where I ran out of white and went to blue? Yeah, that's gonna be a problem later. Now it's cutting time. So I cut all the pieces out. That's EVA foam, in case you were wondering. Then I sent the specialty pieces off to the 3D printer. I wanted some elevation for the rock pieces, so I cut that out of thicker XPS foam and pressed it all over with a ball of tin foil for texture. See? Texture. Next, I hot glued all the low-level pieces down, and, if you look really closely, piece my index finger too. Then I sealed the whole thing with plastic tape. This is an important step with EVA foam so that when you paint it, it doesn't look like crap. I sent all the names of the piece spaces to the Cricut. The plan was to mask out the spaces so when I finished the final paint and flocking, I could peel them off and leave clean black lettering underneath. The lower spaces are supposed to be the sand areas of Arrakis, so I used this spray paint that is supposed to leave a sand-like texture. Every project has a low point, and this was mine. The paint peeled back and bubbled the lettering, and that blue ink, it came right through. So I peeled off all the lettering and hand-painted the spaces. After base coating all the rock pieces, I did a dark wash to really make the texture pop. Paint and the texture go a long way to making these chunks of foam look like rocks. For the polar sink, which is the center space, I tried out a blue wash. Then I set up my tripod at a weird angle and went at the dry brushing pass. This ups the contrast between the darks and lights of the pieces. Next, I gave Arrakis a bath in watered down glue and salt bathed the surface with sand. At this point, I really started to think Anakin Skywalker was onto something. No, not that.
It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Sandy flocking added great texture, but I'm not sure if it was worth it. I'm still finding sand all around the apartment. At this point, you might ask, why are you painting all that sand? Well, I'll tell you what the doctor said when I was born. It's just too damn white. With everything painted, I started hot gluing in the rocks and strongholds. It looked so good, but now it's time to ruin that beautiful paint job with lines and labels. It is a game board after all. Then I used the Cricut to cut out the finishing pieces on the board and painted them in. Getting off the stencils was by far the most satisfying part of the whole build. Now it's time for some beauty shots. Hey nerds, we're the Rogue Nerds, and we are playing Epic Dune. It's a game of diplomacy, treachery, and combat. We're fighting because he wouldn't just say, no, I'm not going to fight in the other place.
Yeah, that's nothing. You're fighting over nothing.
And then he didn't fight in the other place.
You're fighting so the computer can win. We all lose.
That is the storm movement, spice blow. Let's get a worm. Shiloh! One, two, three.
That knows me.
What'd you get?
That knows me.
What'd you get? 3, 4, yep.
Before, I'm going to play Family Autonomous. Chaos, I don't give a f***.
Alright.
Troops! I guess it's dead.
Objection! Your client can't just sit here and go and start making questions.
I mean, you weren't.
Put it down into this.
You're supposed to say yes or no. So
Okay.
He said yes.
He answered your question.
He gave up without a fight. We had a solid legal case, and you admitted guilt. Or do you really
Everybody
want to win?
broke right now. 4 spices is money.
What, do you
You don't want to fight for the 4 spice? Think for your own self. Think for your own self. Who are you? Who are you? Emperor. You should be able to do this shit by yourself.
Be
You
a
don't
leader.
need this.
let's go. Ready?
I know what he's gonna do.
I know what you're going to do.
you?
I have a good idea.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
Let's go for the go.
I'll write it down and then.
Okay, yeah, write it down and then just so we can know.
Sam, that's just a drawing of a penis.
Thank you, Jack.
Okay.
I think you.
I wrote down what I think you're gonna do,
I think,
and also a penis.
He called Maud dibs.
Make sure you subscribe so you can see us go to town on this epic game board.